Hi, I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for chair yoga today. We'll use this 30-minute practice to loosen up and release any tension or tightness in the body that tends to accumulate. Definitely if we have longer periods of sitting or just any mobility, flexibility issues, great way to do a practice anywhere. So we are going to begin, of course, on the chair. We are going to make sure that we've got our feet firmly on the floor, if not the floor, on some kind of lift there. And I'm sitting right at the front of the chair so that I can align my upper body. So aligning the shoulders over top of the hips, opening the chest, letting the shoulder blades sink down the back. And of course, the head can lift up gently like you've got an imaginary string there, lifting you up, chin down. And once you find that space in your body, try not to tense too much to lift up. It does help to actually ground down first, like we normally do. Sit a little bit more firmly through your seat. And from that rooting down, it is actually easier to lift up, to rise up through your upper body. So feel those two opposing movements or forces in yourself. Feet and hips rooting down, shoulders sinking down, and then rising through from the root to the crown. Good. We'll take a few deep conscious breaths here. So on your inhale, let it sink all the way down towards your belly. Feel your ribs open and widen. And on the exhalation, release. Release it all out. You breathe out through your mouth a few times, a cleansing breath. Try to breathe in through the side ribs to widen. Feel the back widen. Exhale, release. Do that for 2 more times. And of course, breathing at your own pace. One more deep breath like that. Good. This time, as you inhale, I want you to bring your awareness first to your belly, then your middle, filling up, and then your upper chest. We're going to let that breath roll up on the inhale like a wave. And on the exhale, releasing back. It actually releases with the awareness moving back down from the chest to the belly. We'll do that 2 more times, 2 more breaths here. It's like a wave rising up, starting at the belly, and then releasing. And feeling your body release slowly from the top down. Let's do 1 more. Good. It gets the breath moving through all parts of your lungs, your body, helping to fully oxygenate, energize yourself. And from here, we'll do a few neck rolls, gentle movement, half circle from side to side. So just beginning to loosen up, gently roll the neck. And this time we'll keep the ear in line over the shoulder. We'll use our hand on that side to gently press. I'm not even really pressing on my head. It's just even just placing it there, you might feel a little bit more stretch. Okay, and then we'll release. And we'll bring the head to the other side. And bring your hand up on that side. Gentle side neck release. One more breath. And then we'll slowly release. Come back to center. This time we'll lift the chin up. As you do that, also allow your shoulders to roll back, chest open. And as you exhale, tuck your chin down towards the chest. Let your shoulders roll forward slightly. Continue to flow here with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling, getting some movement through the upper back, the neck. We'll focus here mainly on the upper body for another breath. And then we're going to let it come right through and more deeply open here. So let the chest really round, shoulders back, and exhale. Now let's pull that belly in towards the spine, arching the back. Continue for 2 more breaths. The seated cat-cow. Moving in a way that feels good, that's loosening your whole body up, freeing yourself up to feel better. Good. Slowly come back to center and realign your whole back, whole upper body. With the next breath in, we're going to reach the right arm up and we're going to come over. You can grip the side of your chair if you'd like, finding a length and extension now through the side of your torso. Keep breathing here. Sometimes we're rolling forward. We can deepen a little bit. You can even look to the right. Open that shoulder a bit more. And then let's actually lower it down towards the left side. Come into a twist, sitting up nice and tall. So we don't want to slouch. We want to open again through the chest a little bit more, shoulders back. And your hand again can just move back on the chair. One more breath here. And then we'll slowly release. Come back to center. Next inhale. Again, you can grip the side of the chair. Bring it up and exhale to come over. You can bring your head, neck into a comfortable position. Keep those hips sinking down as you rise up again. Lift up and open through the left side. Looking to the left. And as you exhale, we're going to swing that arm down over to the right, sit up nice and tall, squeezing gently on the middle of the torso. Keeping still here as you breathe. And as you exhale now, slowly come back to center. Rolling out those shoulders. Let's place the hands on top of the shoulders and start some movement here. Rolling in the opposite direction. Keep breathing. Loosening up the shoulders, especially if you've been working at the desk. You want to really open the shoulders, the upper back. Let's now swing the arms up on the inhale and release them back down on the exhale. And we'll go ahead and reach them back a little bit too. Inhale, swinging up. And exhale all the way back. One more time. Good. This time we're going to inhale, swing the arms. Instead of coming back down the way we were, we're going to roll them back, circling the arms. Let's go in the opposite direction. Reach back and lift up. On the inhale, exhale, come down in front. 2 more times. Inhale up and exhale. Coming back. Now you're following your breath at your own pace. Don't let me set the rhythm. Okay, and then inhale straight up again. Exhale, let's clasp the hands, clasp the fingers, and position the palms to face up, stretching there for a moment. And then slowly slide your hands behind your head, opening your elbows. And on the exhalation, we'll pull those elbows in and the belly can come in, chin comes down. Inhale to open and pull back through your elbows as much as you can comfortably. Exhale forward. One more time. Good. Inhale, coming forward again or lifting up. Lifting through your arms. Exhale, come down in front. Good. Releasing those arms. Feeling into the shoulders. We're going to do a little wrist stretch. We're going to push on the fingers. So my palm is facing forward, gently pushing those fingers back. One more breath here. And then we'll do the opposite hand. Keep breathing. Using this time to optimize your breath. Keep it flowing nice and slow and steady. And then we'll release and we're going to reach our arms out and we're going to circle through the wrists. If you'd like, you can keep the fingers open or you can make loose fists. Opposite direction. Good. And release that. Shake it out. And just a little swing back and forth. Do what feels good. Feel like you're loosening up those muscles in the back. So just a gentle swing side to side. And then we'll place our hands on the knees or just above the knees. And we're going to roll now through the upper body, feeling this movement, especially through the lower back. So moving right from your hips, from your pelvis. And exhale, inhale, come forward, and exhale, roll back. And then this time we're going to reverse the direction. Inhale forward, letting your chest open. Exhale back, belly in. Okay, so it's kind of like a circle movement, like the cat-cow, but in a circling way. Moving here. And release back to center. Okay, with those legs now, we're going to lift up through the right foot and roll that ankle out. You're going to hold on to that leg for support. Opposite direction. And then flex and point. Inhale, flex, exhale, point. Now just stretch your legs straight out in front of you, holding it there for a moment, and then bend the knee again. Let's do that again. Stretch and lengthen. And release. And one more time. Stretch and release. Bring that foot down onto the floor again. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to lift this other knee and roll through your ankle. Holding on to it there. Opposite direction. And then a flex and point. Pointing your toes, bringing your toes back in. And if you do tend to wear a heel to your shoe, this will feel like it'll be a really good exercise for you to do to help counteract that. Good. And then release that. We are going to now straighten out through the leg and then bend your knee again, foot back in. Okay, you could exhale, stretch, inhale to come back in or vice versa. Don't worry too much about how you're breathing, just keep breathing. And one more time. And then we will release. Come back to the chair. Sitting up nice and tall, reach for the back of the chair here, opening up the chest. So I'm lifting through the heart, lifting through the chin, slight back bend here. One more breath. And then as you exhale, releasing, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, widen your legs apart. We're going to come forward into a half forward bend, releasing the lower back. It could be arms coming down to the floor. You decide. Stay here for one more breath. And then on your next inhale, bring one hand back to your thigh, other hand back, slowly coming back to center. And for a few things, we are going to come off the chair. So let's place the chair one side of your mat. We're going to start with the back of the chair facing you. And we are going to come into that beautiful spinal stretch where you're opening your back, feeling this. You're lining up the best you can. The backs of your heels line up with the backs of your hips. And just pulling gently back through your hips. You can keep your knees bent. And hold here for one or two more breaths. Good. And then to come out of this, just walk your feet in. Bring the right foot forward. Step the left leg back. Come into a bit of a lunge or a warrior one position. You can hold onto the chair for support and lift up through the back heel and then plant it down. Let's do that again. Lift up to the back heel and plant it down. One more time. And plant that heel down. Good. Bend your front knee. Breathing here. Just straighten through that leg. And we're going to come forward. So you might use the back of the chair like this. You might come a little bit lower. If you can, slide the chair. You can slide it forward a little bit more and lengthen out in this pyramid pose. Holding for one more breath. And then slide your hands back up the chair, step your feet together. And come just so that the chair doesn't slip on the smooth floor. Just bring it to the edge of your mat. We're going to step back again, lengthen through the spine. Breathing here. And then we're going to walk the feet towards the chair again. Come upright. Step your left foot forward, right foot back. Okay. And we're going to lift up through the back heel and plant it down. And lift up through the back heel. Plant it down again. One more time. Good. Hold that pose for a moment. And then when you're ready, we are going to try to straighten those legs, come forward a little bit. Sometimes I do this if I've got a slippery surface, I can just push the chair out and keep the hands on the back of the chair. If you want to go a little lower, you can bring your hands to the seat of the chair if that's possible. You decide your position here. It's a really good stretch for the legs. And then when you're ready to come out, just slowly bring your hands back to the chair. We'll step towards the chair. Bring it back if you're able to do that. We are going to use the chair now for support for a balancing position. We're going to see if we can lift up one foot, hold on to it there. If that's tricky, you can always try this one with the belt. Loop a belt around your foot or ankle. Okay. If you want, you can try the full balancing pose where you push your foot back, arm comes forward. Even just for a moment, it's nice to have the chair there. If you feel a little bit shaky, and then we'll slowly come back and release. Standing up nice and tall. And we're going to do the other side. So we'll bring the other foot up. Again, you can use a belt. Get yourself ready there. Pausing here for a few breaths, giving a nice stretch to the front of your thigh. Again, it can be tricky if there's some knee issues. Completely get that. So if this one isn't working today, don't worry about it. If you want to try the full balance, dancer's pose, reach your foot back, reach your other arm forward. Right, you can always come back to the chair. All right, and then we will release and come back to mountain. Okay, and we will do one more stretch. This one, if you can move your chair around. I like using these lighter chairs. They're a lot, yeah, they're quite easy to move. This will be a forward bend. And we're going to come down onto the seat of the chair. Maybe we can come right down to the floor. That's fine too, but I'll just show you. We're going to inhale, come up. And exhale, come down. So if you want to stay in more of like a half forward bend, you can rest your arms there, or you can also let your arms hang. You can keep your knees slightly bent. Okay, you can always come back to the chair. And then you pushing your hands into the chair and slowly rising back up. And we'll come back to the chair. We will sit on it again. And this time we will come into a little bit more of a hip opener. So if you want to lift up your right leg, do a little bit of movement here, back and forth with your hip. A little bit of rolling movement. Best you can here. Just feeling into that, loosening it up. And then seeing if we can place that ankle on top of the other leg here. That feels a little tricky. Try sliding your leg out a bit more. Or if you want to deepen that experience, you can come up onto your the ball of your foot, lift your heel, and you can also bend forward from your hips. Holding that for another breath or two. Okay, and then we'll slowly release. Out through that leg again, just stretching and straightening. Loosening up through the knees. Good. And the hips. We'll lift one leg up. And we could do a little movement here, try to roll through the hip. Right. And go back and forth, swinging that leg. And try pressing that leg in a little closer. When you're ready, place that ankle on your thigh. Sit up nice and tall. You might feel it here. If you want to go deeper and lift up, you can also put a block underneath your foot if you have one close to you. Come forward from the hips. I'm leaning you forward. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. And then you can slowly come back to center, release that leg. You can straighten it out again. Okay, and then shake out those legs. Feel that movement right at your hips. Loosening up there. Hopefully just feeling a little looser in your body. If you want to do one more twist for the back, we'll do one more. So we'll come back with the left hand, right hand on the outside of that leg. You can push into the outside of the knee. Okay. And then slowly release. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to twist to the other side. And release. Come back to center. Feeling into your back. Doing a little body scan. Let's go from the head, the neck, shoulders, down the back, down the front, to those hips. Feeling all the way down from the hips to the knees right to the ankles and the feet. You're going to repeat to yourself silently, I am calm and grounded. I am calm and grounded. And feeling that inner experience through yourself. I am calm and grounded. I am here present in this moment where life exists. Life only exists in the present moment. So stay centered for another one. We'll be in a 1-minute meditation. Stay centered. Focus on your breathing. Be comfortable as much as you can. Nothing else to do. Let yourself rest. Let your mind rest. Releasing effort. Coming here to this place to discover our true self in this moment. Giving yourself a bit of a break from the constant whatever's going on in the outer world, or even constant stream of thoughts that we tend to focus on. But letting yourselves be here, more at peace. I am calm and grounded. So you can open up your beautiful eyes, smiling. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for this 30-minute chair yoga practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.